applause.
Hope everybody had a good Easter holiday weekend. Today, what I'm going to be talking to you all about is why you should join the military. I'm going to give you some good reasons that you should join, as far as some advantages that you may have when you also join. But first of all, I want to give you all a brief history about how I ended up joining the military. I don't share this story with everybody too often, but I was on a path to nowhere about 20 years ago when I joined the military, when I decided to join. And actually I joined due to kind of like an ultimatum that my parents gave me, because they spent so much money on me for college. They sent me to some very well-recognized colleges. I went to ODU and I went to Hampton University. And my parents spent about $20,000 in 2 years. But I decided that I wanted to party and I wanted to drink, and I didn't want to take advantage of what my parents had provided for me. So they issued me an ultimatum and they told me, you're going to get a job and you're going to pay some rent, or you're going to join the military. And my choice is that I joined the military. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you all that that should be the only reason or the only circumstances that you should join the military, but there are some good advantages that everybody can take advantage of, not only being in those type of circumstances. In fact, the military was a good foundation for me, and it helped me be successful to where I am today. And it also with a whole lot of prayer, helped get me through to where I'm at. So, enough about my life story. We're going to get to some of the advantages, and I'm going to share with you some of the requirements first that you need to have to join. And first, with the Air Force and the Navy, you need to be, all four branches you need to be physically fit, first of all, pass those requirements. And Navy and Air Force, you need to at least have academic requirements, pass them with at least 50%. According to Airforce.mil and Navy.mil. And in order to join the Army or Marine Corps, the academics are 35% academically. Now, according to, the military standards for all four branches, you need to have at least a college education. You can use that and go in as an officer. You can have a high school education or GED and go in enlisted. Now, once you've met those requirements, you'll go in and you will go through a 16-week boot camp period where you will get some vocational training and some physical training. Once you complete this training, you will have several advantages over the average Jane Doe and John Doe. And these are some things that I can tell you that you can look forward to seeing develop as you get out into your duty station and whatever fleet or ship you're going to be on. I can guarantee you this, you will have self-discipline, guaranteed. You will know how to get up in the morning, get dressed, and be on time for everything. Second, you will be in the best physical shape of your life. 3, I can guarantee you that you will travel. They'll take you to some places that you would never dream of going and could ever probably afford to go. And this is at no expense to you at all. They're going to feed you 3 times a day. They're going to give you somewhere to live. And one important thing, you're going to have a guaranteed paycheck. Every month on the 1st and 15th, your money will be in the bank. Some other things that you could look forward to seeing are you will have to complete at least 3.5 years to make sure that you receive these benefits, but you will receive $50,000 in college funds as long as you complete the 3.5 year period. You will get preferences for government jobs and points above the average person. You'll be first in line for these things. And this is like having a normal job. You'll go home every day, you'll have a duty date every 12 days, and promotions are every 6 months. So those are some good advantages that you can look forward to when going in. If there's anyone in here that would like to join the military, or if what I said today hasn't convinced you that the military is a good choice, I would like to say, please pass this information on to someone else that could take this opportunity and develop themselves if you don't have a good, strong foundation, or if you know somebody that needs some help along the way. With that, I would like to end this, and I would like to pass around some articles that let you see what the military has done for me and all the training and the schools that they have given me. Because I can say, again, if it wasn't for the military, I don't think that I would be where I'm at today. And they have also provided me with a number of schools that if all else fails for me in life, I can always turn back to a lot of these certificates and trainings that they have given me to find a job somewhere. I won't be homeless, in other words. I'll find something to make sure that I can earn a living. Thank you. Yes.
What certificates have you earned?
I would like to, I'll pass these around and I'll let you all see these, but these are just some of the schools that the Navy has sent me to. They've sent me to reverse osmosis training to learn how to filter salt water into fresh water for drinking. Basically how to run a distilling plant. They've sent me to oil pollution to learn how to clean up the ocean in case of oil spills. I've been to those type of trainings. They sent me to waste heat boiler school to teach you how to operate boilers. And any type of chemical plant, you're going to have boilers and heat exchangers. So I could go to any of those type of places and get a job there. They've also sent me to propulsion, fuel, and oil schools, where it teaches you how to test fuels for helicopters and jet engines, JP5 and F-44. Those are the fuels that they use. They've also sent me to, this is another distilling plant, to teach you how to change salt water into fresh water using different methods. They've also sent me to diesel mechanic school after I graduated from boot camp. So I'm qualified to work on diesel engines. They've also sent me to a course that just basically trains you in how to be responsible, how to manage your finances. Let's see. Another heat exchanger class, and how to distribute exhaust fumes and exhaust heats and turn it into energy. The list goes on and on. And also, just to go out into the real world when you decide to leave the military, you also get all kinds of accommodations. And this is from my admiral on my ship. He eventually went to the Pentagon and worked in DC. But this is letting you know, it lets everybody know what a good sailor I was, what a good work center supervisor I was. And these are some of the things that you can produce to employers, and they really appreciate these things, and they really take these things seriously. And these are other letters that I've received from my commanding officer, just giving me accommodations on meeting certain goals aboard ship. And this one right here, this is a very important one. This is surface warfare. Normally, when you're in the military, they don't allow you to receive this pin to wear on your uniform until you're at least an E5. And I received this pin as an E2. And since I was so dedicated to try and get this pin and wear this pin, they allowed me to wear this pin as an E2. So I'll pass these things around and you guys can take a look at them.
Any more questions for Robin?
My question.
Yeah.
So what it sounds like you were part of the U.S. U.S. Navy, is that
Yes,
correct?
yes.
What do you think are some specific benefits of being in the United States Navy as opposed to different branches of the military?
I would say the Navy, they're going to allow you to travel for one. They're also going to give you some vocational training, kind of like a job corps in a sense, to where you're basically going to be universal, and there won't be any excuse for you not to be able to gain employment once you leave. If you're not able to obtain employment by the time you leave the Navy, you're just I don't know how to put it, but I guess you could say that, yeah. You're just not putting the effort forward that it requires. Maybe there's something else in life for you that only God knows what that is. But these are some of the, I'll let you guys look at some of these. Yes.
Robin, I heard recently, I actually have a friend who was in the military for 15 to 20 years, and she's now into physical fitness, and they recently had started boot camps around the country, and they said that they were having a real problem with individuals going into the military because they weren't physically fit. And I was wondering if you felt that they should reduce the level of physical fitness that's required, because the problem was that they were not able, these individuals could not pass the basics in terms of physical fitness to get into the military.
To answer that question, I don't think that they should lower the fitness level, because they give you every opportunity to meet the requirements. They have delayed entry programs where they put you on weight training programs. They tell you what you need to eat, what you don't need to eat, and they put you on a specific exercise program at least 6 months in advance to prepare you before you even actually go full active duty. And while you're active duty and you go through your basic training, like I said before, you will be so physically fit when you return from basic training. I was in the best shape of my life. I'm not now, because I have a lot of extracurricular activities that I like to indulge myself in now, but but when I came out, I'm going to tell you, I thought I was Superman when I came out. And I had developed some bad habits even before, when I was hanging out with all my college friends and wasting my parents' money, smoking cigarettes and drinking, but it was like a smoke-free cessation program that I had went through. And I never wanted to pick up another cigarette, or all my bad habits have been alleviated. So,
Thank
with a
you.
little bit of prayer and
I think you have
turn it around.
Delisa has a question.
Are you still in, or how long have you been in? How long did you serve?
I stayed in for 10 years. I went inactive reserve after 2001 due to the fact of the World Trade Center. They tried to keep me in, but I had met the term limits of my contract. But they asked me to at least stay for inactive duty, and I stayed inactive duty for 4 more years after that. And I started training, doing bio maintenance classes, just to train younger sailors and get them up to speed after that. Because you go through your training and stuff, but until you get your hands dirty and get your hands on stuff, you're really not going to learn your job, and until you get to do those type of things. You'll have the the academic part of it down, but you still need to get your hands dirty, so you'll know what you're doing.
And what's your major now, after all the training that you've been through?
I'm a history major right now, yes. I have a fetish for history, I love history. I will read any history book that you put in front of me, from beginning to end. There's something about history, I don't know what it is. I just love it. So I'll probably end up being a history teacher or a professor in history.
Any other questions?
So where did you travel to, since you speak about how much you have to travel?
I've done a Mediterranean tour, and I've done a Westpac tour, so I've been all the way around the globe.
Which
And
shells
I've
outside?
been below the equator, which makes me, in the Navy, they call it shellback. They initiate you and send you through all kinds of little weird stuff on the ship. They make you dress up, and it's like an initiation process to maybe a fraternity or something. But I've been to Turkey, Greece, France, Spain, Dubai, Iraq. Let's see, I've been to all the Middle Eastern countries. I've been to Egypt, Israel, Thailand. I've been all the way around the globe.
That's awesome.
And I've been to every Caribbean country that you can name, that's on the map.
Speak Arabic, yeah?
No, I
You
don't.
don't?
No,
Do you
no,
speak any other languages?
I don't. No, I don't.